One Zambia, one nation. Hello and welcome to the news. To present, my name is Henry Himonde. A look at the top stories in our news. President Hakainde Hichilema visits presidential mausoleum in Ghana. Copperbelt schools record increase in pupil enrollment. Plus, climate change awards launched. And now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has laid wreaths at Ghana's founding father, Kwame Nkrumah's resting place. President Hichilema, in the company of First Lady Mtinta Hichilema, were taken on a conducted tour of the mausoleum by acting director of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, Edward Kwao. Mr. Kwao explained the rich history that surrounds the life of the late Kwame Nkrumah, who liberated Ghana as well as helped other African countries such as Zambia to be independent. Sheila Masua is in Ghana and now reports.
I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. These words were pinned down by Ghana's founding father, Kwame Nkrumah. The late Nkrumah had a vision that saw Ghana, as well as other African countries, get liberated. Zambia is among other African countries that has benefited from the hard work of Ghana's founding father. It is no doubt that President Hichilema has taken time to visit the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park to appreciate the rich history.
Former leader of Côte d'Ivoire, Laurent Gbagbo was here. We have one by Robert Mugabe, Zimbabwe, Sam Nkrumah, yeah.
Many of us understand what he stood for, and really we must continue walking that path. Bigger picture, broader benefits for the people is really what is important. So his ideals remain as valid as they were then now.
And Mayor of Accra called on the president to encourage other Zambians to visit Ghana.
There have been a lot of improvement and success stories to tell in Ghana, and so I know that as you go home, you remember this day and you will share this day with many of your friends and colleagues to also visit us here in Ghana.
Later, the president attended the service at Prince Emmanuel SDH, where he encouraged Ghanaians to unite and foster development.
I want to say, let's worship our God with all the energy, with all the vigor, with all the love. And I know as an Adventist that other Christian communities, churches, other religions, for us without the power of God, we wouldn't be standing here and addressing this in the role that we are playing in our country. So only God made it possible. For Zambians, they know what we went through, very difficult situations. It was like mission impossible, so many things standing in the way. But God opened the door. Yes. Now it's for us to serve Him.
I am praying at the end of your presidency, Zambia people can testify. That's the man. Yes. We have nothing against him. And that should be each one of us, CEOs, MDs of company X, wherever you work.
Sheila Masua, reporting in Accra, Ghana.
And Ghanaian President Nana Akufo-Addo has commended President Hakainde Hichilema for galvanizing economic development for the people of Zambia and setting a pattern for good leadership on the African continent. President Akufo-Addo says President Hichilema's exceptional leadership and determination to revamp the country's economy has received both continental and world recognition. Sheila Masua reports that the Ghanaian president was speaking last night during the state dinner held in honor of the visiting president in that country at the Jubilee House in Accra, Ghana.
Has been referred to as the miracle worker. President Nana Akufo-Addo has further described President Hichilema as an exceptional leader that has set a pattern for a new generation of leaders in Africa. These sentiments were echoed by Ghanaian president during a state dinner held in honor of President Hichilema's visit to that country.
Applaud President Hichilema, the man dubbed the miracle worker, for the impressive work he has done in turning around the fortunes of the Zambian economy since becoming president. For a man who ascended the highest office of the land on his 6th attempt, 3 times more than his host, after regrettable periods in political detention, his attachment to the tenets of democracy and good governance remains unwavering.
President Akufo-Addo expressed hope that their visit will lay a strong foundation for the two countries to enhance private sector engagement.
With your visit, I'm confident that a stronger foundation for a new and mutually beneficial cooperation has been laid, and I'm expectant that contacts between our two business communities will also yield the necessary fruits of enhanced private sector exchanges between Ghanaian and Zambian business people. We must intensify the links between Ghanaian and Zambian enterprises and thereby also hasten the process of continental integration.
And in his remarks, President Hichilema said his government will remain firm in running the affairs of the country.
I want to indicate that one of the critical areas for us in Zambia is to learn from you as to how you manage the gold resource. The gold resource endowment that you've been known for a long time. Yes, Congo, but many of us as young people knew Ghana as the Gold Coast through the history books. So we are here to also pick those skill sets that will assist us to exploit, to manage this resource that is popped up in our country. Popped up is a wrong word, but it's true in the sense that we didn't do enough mapping of our country, mineral mapping of our country. You comment on the green metals, absolutely, copper, emeralds for us. But I think exchange of views that allows us to maximize benefits we can derive from this resource endowment for our people.
Sheila Masua reporting in Accra, Ghana.
And back home, government has awarded contracts to local firms under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. In Senga Hill District, the move has cheered local contractors and the people who have been employed by various firms. Namsokwe Wembia now gives us the rest of the story.
The awarding of contracts to local firms not only helps to stimulate the country's economy, but also creates jobs for the local communities. This also implies that the money realized will be reinvested within the same locality. It's no wonder Anton Chavalenge 34 of Mambwe Mission is full of praises to government for engaging Senga Grains Construction Company to build a maternity annex where he is currently working.
Nefensha shivono okura ninjambano okura na plumbing ninjishiwo kupanga kuweka manani kane amenshi mufiguro filifyozi. So apatuleta shakwena. Nangwanika salale apatulesa no kusalula kwena.
And some contractors working on 2022 Constituency Development Fund CDF in the district are equally excited.
totero utego panchito vatupelanga contact vachikaya panati vatava vomfa vengi avamushi avo tuyafisha na ifwe avaingi sana so palichi tetotera government.
People who are bringing sand for us who are local and also other workers, they are from within. So they are also happy with this CDF.
Meanwhile, Sengahiu Member of Parliament Henry Sikazwe says government will continue engaging local contractors doing quality work to create more jobs for the locals.
The money that we have spent here, the money is within this area, meaning it has changed people's lives. So it's very, very important to use the local contractors. These are the benefits that we are seeing. The contractor is always here, and he has managed to do these things within 2 months.
The move by government to be awarding CDF contracts to local firms will no doubt spur economic development, as no country has ever developed without the involvement of its citizenry. Reporting for Zanis, Namsokwe Bwembia.
Still on CDF, about 37 cooperatives and companies in Bwanamkubwa Township in Ndola District have benefited from the Constituency Development Fund's CDF loans under the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Bwanamkubwa Member of Parliament Warren Mwambazi, who officially handed over the money, has encouraged the beneficiaries to make good profit out of the loans so that they can easily pay back. Here are the details.
About 37 cooperatives and companies in Bwanamkubwa Township of Ndola District have benefited from affordable loans under the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development through Constituency Development Fund. Bwanamkubwa Member of Parliament Warren Mwambazi officially handed over the money to the beneficiaries.
So if we're Bwanamkubwa, if we're to live for any accountability and good governance, Shirenda Ramanga Vamu Patekuya Salula yo. Bambi Mambo Kuya Kutubai quality, Bambi Mambo Kusalula, Bambi Mushteko Notuma Natumotoka, Shirenda Rama Shanko Ngole. Mufire Mwashibon Fiabwino, Kamashibon Fiabwino, Ero Nomba Maika Punaka 5% Euro Mwabwesha.
753 students will also benefit from the skills training under the 2023 Constituency Development Fund.
Today we are here to hand over the 2023 skills development bursaries, e-heading and empendwa 5,273,414 kwacha, and we are taking 753 students to go and benefit our skills.
The gesture has excited the residents of Bwanamkubwa Township.
Nango bana basangirwepo next time tuba bayibimba pakuna wakasangirwepo mkwali. Iyi CDF fund ni mpesha kwa batisha benefit ba community. Whether mkwai ma grant, whether ma project, whether ma loans, tufire fya making sure that fya pa ground ba community ba benefit.
Ila sana pa kuchiteji. Pantu tuwaleba kabiranga aba fyashiresu. Nomba basuka bafikirisha. Echo tuwatotela sana kaipalichi. Kele sekele. Watemwa. Sekele sekele. Sekele sekele.
Meanwhile, Mr. Mwambazi says he will ensure that he addresses most of the challenges being faced by the residents. Nelly Bota reporting for Zanis in Ndola.
And in the education sector, Mufulira district has recorded an increase of about 36,500 pupils who have enrolled in school since the commencement of the free education policy. District Education Board Secretary Elizabeth Ngonga said the district had a total of 47,000 learners at the start of 2022, adding that the number has since increased to 83,500 pupils in 2023. Here are the details.
Over 36,000 pupils in Mufulira district on the Copper Belt province have enrolled in school since the commencement of the free education policy. This came to light when Education Minister Douglas Yakalima visited Mufulira district to interact with pupils, parents and teachers. on the implementation of free education.
We must admit that although there are many in the classroom, it's a good problem rather than making those kids stay in the streets doing several things which we would have regretted in the next 20 years.
Mufulira District Education Board Secretary Elizabeth Ngonga said the district had a total of 47,000 learners in 2022, adding that the number has increased to 83,585 in 2023.
These 83,585 pupils are here because of free education.
And Mufulira District Commissioner Savoy Kabika said the district is aiming to meet its target of ensuring that all schools have enough desks before the end of 2023.
We are done almost with Kankoyo constituents. We are just remaining with Mufulira and Kantanshi.
Rachel Chisulo, reporting for Zanis in Mufulira.
Christians in Mansa district in Luapula province have called on government to find better ways of taking care of circumstantial children in correctional facilities. The call comes as Zambia joins the rest of the world in commemorating the International Day of Prayer and Actions for Inmates. The event in Mansa district saw Christians from various denominations joining inmates in prayer. Details in the following report.
The Zambia Correctional Service has continued to provide various skills to inmates. This is aimed at giving inmates a skill that helps them integrate easily into society once they come out of prison. In Luapula province, about 137 inmates will next month graduate in various skills development programs offered by the Zambia Correctional Service.
Agriculture, we have 60 students, and Britain, we have 24 students, total of 137. So we are preparing our inmates so that when they go out, they don't come back since they have a life skill. Yes. And we even gave them the starter packs. Like when they go, they can use that. Yes. So it's not just for the inmates, even the outsiders that are benefiting. We have about 20 outsiders.
Mansa District Commissioner Irene Chivweta, who graced the commemoration of this year's International Day of Prayer and Action for Inmates in Mansa District, has commended the Zambia Correctional Service for the work they are doing in transforming inmates through various skills.
I would like to urge you, inmates, who are here on behalf of others, to take advantage of all the courses provided for you by the Zambia Correctional Service so that you don't find it difficult to be reintegrated into society after your discharges from prison.
To the church in Mansa, more needs to be done in taking good care of children who find themselves in correction facilities as a result of their parents being jailed.
In many prisons around the world, these special facilities to children are often not provided, owing to inadequate funding in many prisons. It is therefore imperative that government worldwide pay particular attention to promoting the development of the children.
Chomba, reporting for Zanis News in Mansa District.
And in health news, Kapirimposhi District Commissioner Francis Hasalama has called for prudent utilization of drug and medical supplies in public health facilities in the district. Carlos Wunda now gives us details in the following report.
Of the right to health. That's why government, through the Zambia Medicine and Medical Supplies Agency, ZAMSA, has embarked on medical kits distribution to ensure medicine and supplies are made available in all public health facilities. In Kapirimposhi District, distribution of 100 health kits has commenced with the call on health workers to apply the medical supplies prudently.
We are happy that the new Dawn government is coming out like this to help its people who are complaining a lot about shortage of medicine, what have you. But today we are flagging off these kits that have come, and we only say it's a wonderful thing because from here now, this medicine will be sent right to the 39 health centers where it is really needed most.
The exercise will improve the drug availability in the district.
Looking at our drug situation today, we're at 54%, But with these drugs coming, we expect that the percentage will go up and people will be able to get the desired drugs that they require. And we expect to see less shortages coming forth. And we are hopeful that ZAMSA will continue supplying us timely, because now the government has assured us that drug kits are now going to be available throughout.
The main contents of the health center drug kits include analgesics such as Panadol and ibuprofen, as also antibiotics such as metronidazole and amoxicillin. We also have medical supplies.
Carlos Munda, Zanis, Kaprimposhi.
The news continues. Government has recommenced the rehabilitation of the 171-kilometer stretch of the Shangombo-Matebele Road in Western Province. Shangombo District Commissioner Muvita Siamana has disclosed that the Zambia National Service is currently on site. Here now is the rest of the story.
For development to take place, road connectivity is a priority. This is why government has put up measures to rehabilitate and construct roads in all parts of the country, including Shangombo District. However, in Shangombo District, motorists and the business community are bemoaning of the high cost of transportation due to the bad state of Shangombo-Matebele Road. Crispin Rupia is a contractor in Shangombo District and has this to say.
Truck driver bambiri bakana kuleta kunolonga tenge katundu kuda cement stadio tenga 600 bakana tuzatenga 300. Truck yamene longa nani kan 600 kukana booking 2 times. So icho chibweza pansi maningi.
And bus operators are calling to government to swiftly work on the road, as buses will soon fail to negotiate on the bad patches.
Unaona ni pila ya feres wanangia mgwagwa babere kwa teningana balupule kwa teningwa mgwagwa kwa muso shangwe baikupera chwalo bekesa kuli mo baberekera basere babereka olabona mazia bakalire kubereka kwa teni kono basikibanga mgwagwa kubundeka mubuku kubundeka mgwagwa wani.
Shangombo is a border district between Zambia and Angola. It is for this reason that government has restarted the resurfacing works on the road starting from Matebele area in order to further open up trade.
Additionally, this year, the same contractor ZNS is on site. So we are slowly getting there. You may agree with me that development reaches faster to an area where there is good network. So according to their program, by 15th of this month, we're supposed to move the entire camp from Nangweshi to here. The vision that our president, the New Dawn government, has for this country, opening up trade with our neighbors. So this on its own will add advantage to the district.
Shangombo district shares a border with neighboring Ruvungu district of Angola. Once the road is improved, trade will also be enhanced between the two countries. Mulimas Tumbeko reporting for Zanis in Shangombo district, Western Province.
And in other news, government has launched the 2023 Climate Change Awards aimed at highlighting challenges associated with climate change in the world. Ministry of Information and Media Permanent Secretary Kenneth Kalunga says media awards will serve as a platform to honor outstanding journalists who have taken up the mantle of agroecology, social accountability, and climate change reporting, leveraging their voices to bring about positive change. Mr. Kalunga said this in a speech read on his behalf by Zambia News and Information Services Director Lois Saili during the launch of the Agroecology, Social Accountability, and Climate Change Media Awards in Lusaka. And Action Aid Interim Country Director Andrew Chikotware, in a speech read for him by Program Coordinator Geoffrey Sinzala, said the media awards will provide a space specifically targeted to celebrate the achievements made by the media in impacting agroecology, social accountability, and climate change. Dr. Chiko Tware has called on the Ministry of Agriculture to implement the Comprehensive Agriculture Transformation Program to strengthen inclusivity and promotion of seed sovereignty for small-scale farmers. He said smallholder farmers should be accorded opportunities to choose the seed of their choice and ultimately contribute towards the country's food security.
Counting on you colleagues in the media, and we encourage you to continue your efforts of reporting on climate change and its associated challenges. While the media are doing their part, it is important for all our citizens to play their part through taking steps towards a more sustainable and environmentally conscious lifestyle. This is important because climate change affects all of us, regardless of our status in society. This is how serious this matter is. We must all act, and act now.
With the CASIP in place, we wish to call on the Ministry of Agriculture to implement what is found therein for strengthened inclusivity and also promotion of seed sovereignty for our smallholder farmers. Currently, without this, we've seen that our market is flooded with foreign seeds, which takes away the sovereignty. Yes, smallholder farmers should be accorded the opportunity to choose the seed of their choice, as this is their right, and ultimately contribute toward the country's food security. Ladies and gentlemen, Action Aid and its partner is optimistic that these media awards we are launching today will provide spaces specifically targeted to celebrate the achievements made by the journalists.
The Media Awards will honor the tireless efforts of the media professions who passionately dedicate their talents and resources to these vital causes. Their work serves as a catalyst for meaningful conversations, critical reflections, and collective actions.
In Muchinga Province, Senior Chief Nkula of the Bemba people in Chinsali district has called on investors to invest in projects that bring economic benefits to people in the district. The traditional leader says investors that are coming into his chiefdom should consider empowering the local people through investment ventures that bring positive change in their livelihoods. Henry Lumpa Jr. has details in the following report.
These are the Nashinga Plains in Chinsali district, known to be rich in the production of rice. With the Mchinga Investment Forum and Expo drawing closer, some investors identified by the Mchinga Provincial Administration have since shown interest in venturing in rice production in this area on a larger scale. EHAD Innovations and Infrastructure. The interested investor visited the area and is optimistic of establishing their presence.
We have not just spoken, we've seen, and there is evidence here. The farmer who produces on a small scale to give something which is quite tangible and not something which we just talk about. I think we are very much happy to be here. I'm sure the message will be taken seriously, and the people out there, our collaborating partners, will be very happy to hear all this.
And earlier when they paid a courtesy call on Senior Chief Nkula of the Bemba people of Chinsali, the traditional leader emphasized on partnership with the community.
We invest, we develop these areas being given to us, and it also benefits our people. The key area there is to benefit the local people. It must, at all costs, benefit our people.
The Mchinga Provincial Administration is also elated with the move by EHAD.
Your coming shows that what we are doing, we are not doing it in futility, and that at least we are heading somewhere. Our vision for Mchinga is going to be fulfilled.
Henry Lumpa Jr., Zanis in Chinsali, Mchinga Province.
That item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go away, another look at the top stories in our news. President Hakainde Hichilema visits Presidential Mausoleum in Ghana. Copperbelt schools record increase in pupil enrollment. Plus, climate change awards launched. Thank you so much. That is what we had packaged for you on the news on behalf of the entire news production crew. My name is Henry Himonde. Until next time, it's goodbye.